at this point in time. And perhaps if I can get Mr. Seal in a little bit closer. Mr. Seal, there's nothing seriously wrong with the Prince, is there?
I don't think so, no. I didn't actually see him go down, but I saw him getting back up. He's all right, I think. Yeah.
You were very confident when I spoke with you last night about this race. Are you still feeling the same way?
Yes, I am. The horse is feeling exceptionally well, and I think you'll notice it in the ring.
Okay, thank you very much. Certainly, it doesn't look as though anything at all has gone wrong with Sandford Prince. I think maybe it might just have been one of those little things, Andrew, where, you know, you have a little touch of nerves. We could expect that the animal too would have that sort of thing, but immediately he was down, was back up. The groom had it under control, and I think really that that might very well be an indication that we could see a very, very interesting and exciting ride from the Prince here this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Sylvester. We are in the parade ring now, looking around. Almost the horses have come in, and we can see horse number 2. This is indeed Sandford Prince there, walking with his groom. And certainly it would appear that everything looks alright with Sandford Prince. That's number 2, Sandford Prince. It's the CDC Sandford Prince, 129 pounds. It's currently 2-to-1 favorite. 6 years, ridden by champion jockey Prince-Venice. This is number 5, the other David Seal entrant, Choo Choo Royale. Current 107 pounds, to be ridden by Francis Ramsey, currently at 20-to-1. Coming into the shot now, number 3, Mr. Bill Marshall's Valial, also 20-to-1, to be ridden by Yofel Patrick Husband, 114 pounds, Valial. As we await another horse to come into shot, certainly most of them are there, and we see now, this is number 13. Backways got into the event rather fortunately because of the withdrawal of both Mission Rose and Gajdamore. Number 13 Backways owned by the PNM Syndicate, 110 pounds, to be ridden by Ronnie Cumberbatch. This is horse number 11, the one they've all been talking about. The French horse Nosferatu, Canadian bred, owned by Jean-Louis Buzzelin, the owner of Vardar in 1990, and he's to be ridden by Ricky Griffith, 124 pounds, the Chestnut Colt. This is horse number 9. Nightlife, owned and trained by Richard Dean, to be ridden by Bert Evans, 114 pounds, that's Nightlife. And certainly as the horses mill around, several owners around, I see Sebastian parading, talking to Dr. Martin King. Lots of stuff happening here at the moment. We see there seems to be a problem over by the... This is horse number 4 coming to the shot now. This is Senator Cole Williams, Dawn 1, to be ridden by Brett Callahan, 114 pounds. This is one of the 4 charges of Bill Marshall in the event. This is Dawn 1, 114 pounds, to be ridden by Brett Callahan. Can't quite make out which horses. I believe this is horse number 6. This looks like Shan. This looks like number 6 horse Shan. Currently 8-to-1 in the betting. Mr. Winston Greenidge, trained by Belloc Satan, to be ridden by the other Griffith in the race. Chris Griffith, Shan, 112 pounds. And that's certainly one of the best outside bets in the 1991 Cockspur Gold Cup. Shan. Who haven't we seen? I don't think we've seen horse number 1. And here it comes now, and I think this is the one we're going to look at now. Horse number 1. This is Mr. DeVere Davis's Cool Bird, currently in the betting at 5-to-1. Cool Bird to be ridden by Anderson Ward, top weight of 129 pounds, and this is the one that they say if Sandford Prince is to be beaten, it could very well be beaten by number 1, Cool Bird. We haven't seen as yet number 10, that's Castlewell, but we're going to look for him. We're currently seeing number 14. This is the Grand Old Man of Racing, the prize, this presentation just done for him. Mr. Product Joseph P.U. to be ridden by Neil Brewster, 114 plus 6. And just coming out now out of the ring is number 12, Far Too Far. This is owned by Mr. Roland Chan. They call him the Aga Khan of the Caribbean. He's the owner of Calder Conk, winner of a previous Cockspur Gold Cup. This is Far Too Far to be ridden by Rajpal Rajkumar, 129 pounds. Coming into shot now, it's number 10. This is the Martinican Catorel, owned by Mr. Keith Cottrell, trained by Bill Marshall. Given a little difficulty there, to be ridden by Steve Callahan, 121 pounds. That's Catorel. That's Catorel, given a little trouble. I don't think it's too much. The filly probably a little excited by the sight of all these fans so close at the Garrison Savannah here. Attlewell. Thank you. Okay, and let's now go down to the parade ring. I see Sylvester Ford with Mr. Jean-Louis Gosselin, I believe it is. He is the owner of Nosferatu. Thank you. Go over to you, Sylvester.
Yes, thank you very much, Andrew. You're absolutely right, and I was listening to you talking about Cockspur there, and I was thinking, well, what about Nosferatu? Well, Mr. Gosselin is here, you can tell us.
Yes, Nosferatu is a horse that raced in France. He bred in Canada, as you know. And he won a couple of races in France, and I bought him after his campaign in France to race him in Barbados and for stud duties after a while.
Well, he hasn't had a start yet, so it's an unknown quantity here. What really are you expecting?
Well, I have to win like everybody, and I wish good luck to everybody in the race, and we will see us to win.
Okay, well, the best of very well in the race. That's the owner there of Nosferatu, as I mentioned a moment ago, unraced yet in these parts, and we're looking forward to see what it does this afternoon. Andrew?
Thank you very much, Sylvester. And there we see the jockeys piled in for the 1991 Cockspur Gold Cup. As you say, certainly all of them about to get mounted now as we get set for the big event. That's champion jockey Venice Richards having a chat there with Roger Perkins. Venice Richards riding the her favorite, overwhelming favorite 2-1 Sandford Prince. And there's Bill Marshall chatting with his 4 jockeys. Certainly, this is an interesting man here. He has Pat Husband, Anderson Ward, that's Brett Callahan, who will be riding Don Juan, youthful Brett Callahan, riding in his first ever Cockspur Gold Cup. As we see the Barbadian and Trinidadian and Martinican flags blowing in the breeze. Good breeze at the Garden Savannah, and certainly, Margaret, the crowd has in fact thickened here at the Garden. I can visibly feel it.
Yes, most definitely. The excitement has also mounted. I mean, it's like everybody's on the edge of their seat. In the grandstand, in the field stand, you can see it right at the edge of the rails. If you look right along the edge of the rails, you can see how they're just packed up against the rails. And right down the other side, we also have police at the rails just waiting for them, just holding them back. But I understand Sylvester Ford is over there now.
Yes, I have young Patrick Husbands with me here. Pat, you're going to be riding Valial this afternoon. How do you feel on just a few minutes away from the ring?
I feel just as like anybody else, and I feel the horse have a very good chance at any other horse in the race.
And you're looking forward, of course, to coming up front. Any particular horses on which you'll be keeping an eye?
I'll keep an eye on the best 2 horses in the race, that's Cockspur and Sandford Prince. I'll always have my eyes out.
Okay, well, the best of luck to you. Young Patrick Husbands there. You've heard from him. I'll try and get a word in from 1 or 2 of the other jockeys, Andrew. But things are really getting very, very warm and exciting down here in the parade ring and at the Garrison for this 10th Cockspur Gold Cup.
And we see the 8 trumpeters from the Royal Barbados Police Force Band, the fanfare trumpeters, as they march to position. They will blow the fanfare, the call to mount for the jockeys for the 10th running of the Cockspur Gold Cup. It is all very well timed. We saw them at the rehearsal yesterday, and it must be done effectively, so there's no rush. We see coming down front, Senior Superintendent Henrik Moore, Director of Music. He will actually conduct the fanfare. There he is. He raises his baton. Most of them are on their
already mounted. Best turned out horse is 5-2, and the best turned out horses are horses number 5, that's Chuchu Royale, number 2, Sandford Prince, and number 11, Nosferatu. And I didn't think you needed to be a genius to look at horse number 11, Nosferatu, and know that he will be one of the best turned out horses in the Cockspur Gold Cup. Certainly this is a good looking horse, but at the moment we going to join Sylvester Ford downstairs once again as he gets set with someone else to talk more horse talk.
Yes, that is right, Mr. De Beer Davis. Yes, Mr. De Beer Davis. Just the man I was looking for. Cooper, and that is one of the main contenders here this afternoon.
Yeah, I think Cooper will be in with some sort of a chance, but he's not a very big horse, and 129 pounds with Sandford Prince is a lot of weight. I personally feel that it might be an upset with an outsider like weight coming in.
And if not Cooper or Sandford Prince, what about the others on the horse?
French horse. Yeah.
Okay, how has Cooper been working out though?
Sylvester,
Quite happy with it now.
Sylvester, if I could disturb you here a bit in your interview, if you could just hold a minute, because we just see going past the grandstand the flags of the countries, the Cockspur flag, and the flags of the three countries, and then we have a replica of a 1928 Quick, which is driven by Mr. Trevelyan. It is built from a kit by Mr. Tony Whitehead.
And sitting in the back, Margaret, is the starter of the Barbados Turf Club, Youthful News Keith, who is in fact sitting and waving at the fans as they pass the field stand now.
I think he probably likes this bit of
Yeah, well, it's the first time I believe that he will in fact have been driven this way.
Yeah.
He's a brand new, and in fact we must break because coming down now is Mr. J. DeVille Davis's Cool Birds. But he really
where the horses now follow the flag and the starter. They go down to the 7, they turn and they come back.
That's right. Horse number 1, Mr. G. DeVille Davis's Cool Birds, 5-1. Driven by Anderson Ward. And you can hear the applause in the background. And you know which horse is coming.
In the stand.
This is coming in now, horse number.
Members in the stand are responding to the horses as they pass.
This is number 6. Mr. Winston Greenwich's shot. I believe that Sylvester had Mr. Winston Greenwich in the parade ring. And perhaps, Sylvester, you can get back to Mr. Winston Greenwich's shot at 8-1, one of the outstanding short horses in this event. To you, Sylvester.
Thank you very much, Andrew. And yes, indeed, I do have Mr. Winston Greenwich here. And Winston, I think you'll be pleased to hear that the odds on Shan are now at 8-1.
Not bad odds. Well, we just open, you know, hope for the best. It's a very open race, and you need a lot of luck in racing. We think we got a reasonably good horse and a reasonably good jockey.
It certainly has shown that it is a good horse in its performances up to now.
Thank you. Well, everybody has done their part from the groom, everybody, so we're hoping for the best. We hope to have a little luck in the race.
Okay, well, congratulations to you, and I hope that you do have that little bit of luck. Yes, Andrew, you did hear there from Winston Greenwich, the owner of Shet, and he certainly seems fairly confident to me. But with all that applause in the background, I know that something must be happening that I can't see, Andrew.
Well, I think the applause is for we're seeing number 10, Caswell, but the applause is really for number 11. That's Nosferatu, the Geek Coach, it's the Jean-Louis Wonderland, Nosferatu, as they pass down now, coming out. The old man there at the team, when they go down in single file, $285,000, and if you win today, Margaret, you go well over the $300,000 mark. That's
Very nice to the owners. Well, it is an interesting study to just sit and watch the people in the stand. The race has not yet begun, where we still have quite a way to go, because as you see now on the screen, the horses will go down at the 7, they will turn, and then they will come up and go around to the 9. But in the meantime, everyone in the stand is on their feet. Sylvester, you're talking to someone there.
Yes, indeed, and you can see how the excitement has really mucked in now, how 10th anniversary Cockspur Gold Cup fever has really caught on, and one of the persons who's really made it work is Roger Perkins. Roger?
Yes, Sylvester, everything's going very well. Thanks to everybody this afternoon. They worked very, very well. It's the first time I can remember that the horses have actually gone down to the start in numerical order. It's fantastic, and that's thanks to Byron Clark. The Cockspur Majorettes performed magnificently.
Oh, I was most impressed.
They were very good. And the Cockspur costume, the mascot was excellent, accompanied by the police band. Everybody did a magnificent job. And thank you very much, Sylvester, for the TV coverage you've given us this afternoon. I've been peeping at the monitors, and it's very good. Very good.
Oh, well, thank you very much. We'll always try to do our best. Roger, let's hope you continue to enjoy this afternoon. Who are you betting on?
I've been told that
I've got you there. Okay, Roger, say no more. That's all right.
I'll tell you after.
Okay, thank you very much, Roger. Perkins, that's the marketing man at Hans Children's Limited, the sponsors of the Cockspur World Cup. Andrew, the applause keeps rising and rising. Take it again.
Thank you very much, Sylvester, and the applause must be rising as the horses head up to the start. And certainly, Margaret, one must say that if you haven't got a bet, you haven't got a chance, and I don't think you have a bet.
I have no chance.
You have no chance.
But then I have no chance of losing it either, because you never know what will happen. But Bert Reid is in the middle of all of this, and I was just wondering what he was thinking at this point in time. But Bert seems to be so confident at all that I can't even spot Bert from here. But look at the crowd.
If you look across, Margaret, certainly, and there are pockets where you see the crowd just beyond where the parade ring right here in front of us. That's where the majority of crowd is, apart from of course, the grandstand. And then if you look over across by the start of the 7.8 furlong event, that's another spot where the majority of race fans have gathered.
Well, Andrew, I'm glad to see that they're all at ground level this year, because I remember the very first running of the Cockspur Gold Cup, when in this same area that we were just seeing, people got on top of in their excitement, they got on top of the stand and we had it caving in. But on the ground this afternoon, there are many, many people, and there are lots of things happening on the ground, because if you look right across the other side, I saw earlier, there's a jumper tent, and there's also a jumper castle. It looks like I could only see just the very top of these things over there. So there's lots of excitement, lots of things happening at the garrison this afternoon, of course, in addition to the running of the 10th Gold Cup, which all adds to the build-up, it adds to the excitement, and it's just something that you have to experience as you are here, because people are just about to jump out of their seats, jump out of their skin, some of them it looks like. The horses are just heading towards the gate, and we have...
Margaret, we had a bit of excitement there.
It looks like a runaway horse.
The jockey.
Carrying the flag of one of the flags.
That's Trinidad and Tobago. Currently.
The horse has gone, and the rider is just having the time. It looks like a burrow.
In fact, I believe, Margaret, what has happened is that that horse would like to take part in the 1991 Cockspur Gold Cup.
Well, that's what they say, because usually every year these horses are really hyped up. These horses that carry the flag. So it's quite a tussle for the riders to control the horse and carry the flag, and they're supposed to go at a set pace. They're not supposed to race, but that horse decided I couldn't take it anymore. I have to get a little racing at the garrison this afternoon. But I think he's been controlled by some members of the mounting Barbados Police Force. So it seems all under control now, and the mounting process has begun.
I don't think that's quite started yet, Margaret, but what I can give you is some odds as I just got them off the board. Cooper, number 1, is currently at 5-1. Sandford Prince, the outstanding favorite, at 2-1. Varial is out to 28-1. Don 1 is at 45. Chuchu Royale is at 18-1. Shem is currently at 9-1. Nightlife for the rank outsider 69-1. Catherwell 8-1. Nosferatu is out from 3s at 4-1. Far Too Far is currently 7-1. Backraise is at 59-1. And PU, the Grand Old Man, at 20-1. And certainly PU was to win today. It would give somebody a lot of money, not only the owners a good bet of 20-1. But certainly these are some good odds for the Sandford Prince at 2-1, Nosferatu second favorite at 4-1, Cooper at 5-1, Catherwell at 8-1. These are certainly some good odds. And we see there Don 1, Senator Carl Williams is Don 1, horse number 4, just about to be loaded, and there in the shot now, that's number 10, Mr. Guy Cottrell's Catherwell. Catherwell, that's Billy in the race, she's not yet loaded. Fastest we checked, I don't believe any of the horses are loaded yet, because we see Carl Williams is Don Juan there in the shot. Alongside him, that's horse number 11, that's Nosferatu, Mr. Guy Cottrell's Nosferatu. Margaret, you know that this part of the proceedings can in fact take a while, because nobody can tell the horse exactly when it must go in. The horse has a mind of its own.
Well, I was just going to ask, but then you just answered the question. I wanted to know if they were supposed to go into the boxes in numerical
there are always some horses which prefer to be loaded last.
Last in, first out.
Last in, first out. And immediately on my left here, we can't see him, but naturally he's quite excited. It's Kobe Breesley, the trainer of Sandford Prince, right behind us here, upstairs in the box. It's unfortunate that we could have a perfect shot with him there now, because I know he must be extremely excited at this stage. And Margaret, as you can see, in fact, no horses have been loaded in the boxes as yet.
The other thing is, for all non-forced racing people like me, they have to walk them around, I know, until the horses are settled.
Yeah, well, basically what we're trying to do is to get the horse there. I mean, most of these horses know that they're racing horses, so they know the day. And this is the day. In fact, some people say that the best horse that knew that was Benson. Benson knew when it was a big race day, and he would get set. He would get set for a race day like that.
And there is the replica of the 1928 Wick, the one that took the starter and his assistant to the box.
And you know that Mr. Skeet is not there now because he has to start the race.
Yes, that part I did notice. But we do have the driver, Mr. Trevor Best. He's taking it back through the panel where it came from today.
And certainly I see Bert Reed downstairs now, and perhaps we can join Bert Reed just now. One interview, Bert. We missed you a couple of minutes ago. And we're gonna go downstairs, you know, because I believe you're ready to do an interview. Over to you, Bert Reed.
And we have with us a member of the Royal Barbados Police Force who's going to tell us about the security arrangements made today at the Garrison Savannah. Could you tell me how many men are present and what sort of arrangements have been made to guard for Cockspur Cup Day?
The whole operation is headed by Acting Assistant Commissioner Leonard Thompson, who is somewhere on the track. And there are about 120 police officers and men, senior police officers and men of the rank and file.
And how long were you here? What sort of preparation did you go through before you actually set it for today?
While we planned and we sort of checked the area, and there are members of the Mobile Division, the Bridgetown Division, the entire force is involved, and we have had to curtail some leave for this special event.
One more question. Have there been any reports of any violence, any acts of crime or anything like that today at the Garrison since you've been here?
Well, up to now there have been no reports of violence or violent acts. But what I can tell you is that I've gone around from time to time, and traffic is very heavy around the Garrison and on the roads leading to the Garrison.
Any special mention for motorists and those who are at the Garrison when they're leaving?
Well, what I would like to ask the general public to do is to cooperate with policemen on duty in uniform, and let us have an incident-free Gold Cup Day.
Thank you very much. You heard it, Andrew, from the grandstand. The police officers are here. They're making sure that everything is under control. They have the situation on hand. They expect an incident-free Gold Cup Day. We'll now move on to the grandstand and we'll see how some of the betting has been going. Excuse me, sir. Would you be willing to tell me who you said your bet on today for the Cockspur Gold Cup? Excuse me, ma'am. Who are you supporting today for the Cockspur Gold Cup? You're supporting for work, sir? Who are you supporting for the Cockspur Gold Cup? And you, sir?
Sandford Prince.
Sandford Prince. And you?
On the way, nice level break, back race slowly out, PU and Sandford Prince as usual up front to an early pacing. I can see there on the inside is Cockspur among the front runners as well. Along the rail is Valial on the outside and between horses comes Dawn 1, far too far is there, the back mark is Cockspur. They come down the home stretch at about 7 and a bit to run, and it is PU. He's in front from on the inside, Cockspur. On the outside is far too far. Lots on the inside is Sandford Prince. Then I can see on the inside is Valial and Dawn 1. Shunt on the outside of Choo Royale, about 7 or 8 lengths back to Cockspur on the inside. Cockspur 2, then comes back race, next like the back marker. They race from the top turn, 5.5 to go. It is PU, he's clear by a length and a half from Cockspur. Then is far too far, Sandford Prince, locked on the inside, Dawn 1, Valial. Then comes Choo Royale, Shunt. Cockspur 2, Cockspur, back race, and next like the back marker.
As they go towards the 4 furlong pole, it's still PU in front. He's made it all so far. Cockspur tracking in second position. Sandford Prince waiting in the wing. Nosferatu slicing to him on the inside. 3.5 furlongs to go, and it's dead out in front. PU, the two Creoles disputed. Cockspur is there. Nosferatu with a ton of horse. Sandford Prince comes next. Also making a run on the outside is Valial. Back towards the drill hole. Just over quarter of a mile in the
Ricky Griffith unleashed him and he tore up the hill. He made a tremendous run right from revenue. Going up the hill, coming off the hill, he was like a runaway locomotive in between the traffic and just waiting for his chance. But Sandford Prince had turned on long ago and Richards was on the chase. 2 furlongs to go. Andy Ward set Cockspur for home, decided they have to catch him with 129 pounds. He was caught, but in no way disgraced. A tremendous and most fitting finish for a Cockspur Gold Cup Series 2 A1 classified horses, top class indeed. 129 pounds between them, and they will go to the grave and die when it comes to races like these. Class is class. They're not carrying 129 pounds like because of the name. Because they're
Well. You can't say anything against Sandford Prince. Kobe Breezy had him turned out today in tremendous fashion, and certainly, as Kelly told you, a fitting climax. So then you can hear the cheers in the background. Barbadians came out to see this, and they got exactly what they wanted, a Sandford Prince victory. You backed him as if he was almost invincible. And he certainly did the job, Kelly.
Well, Mike, there were some who were questioning the kind of time that Sandford Prince was returning in his previous victories over 9 furlongs. But if you look up at the box, you will see 150 and a fifth, and this tells the story. Cockspur is the only other horse that has been doing that kind of stand racing on an ordinary race day. And it shows, once again, Mike, that when the big day comes, that you have to call on your deepest resources of speed and stamina, and your class, and your champion. The others have to look for hope.
Boy, oh boy. Let's go down the field and tell you how the others went. Cockspur is talking about, look, dangerous all the way, always up on the early finish. Really came in his split the field as they came back to the 4th mark, but had no answer whatsoever for Sandford Prince. Sandford Prince told you everything about that one. Valial, he was also looking well, and I'm looking downstairs to see if we can, the congratulations going around downstairs as trainer Kobe Breezy gets a little shake from Roger Perkins. You can also see the Canadian television team congratulates the guys, and everything was going to them. Don won, this one was never really seen with much of a chance. Valial was about the middle of the pack, made a run going up the hill, had no answer whatsoever, nothing to pull out in the end. Choo Choo Royale made a run coming back towards the drill hole, but she was too far back at that stage. Shut, never seen at any stage. Nightlight, this one, no chance whatsoever. Caswell was a back marker, didn't pull out anything in the end, and far too far this one trailed in last, obviously, not the class horse that we thought he was. Back race was a back marker from a long way, and incidentally, he didn't finish last. And Theo, he ran the most courageous race as usual, was there in the front rank for a long time, and only really gave it up when the other big horses turned down the pressure in the last furlong and a half or so. I'm looking downstairs. Where's Sandford Prince? Oh my goodness. He's covered by a sea of horses. Andrew, Seeley downstairs, maybe we can take that as well?
For Gold Cup, David Seal.
Yes, I was. I was confident very much because I was certain I was going to be singing "Beat Them, Sandy, Beat Them."
In fact, you wrote an article last Sunday and you were expecting the victory by Sandford Prince.
That's right, I am. And by the way, just for interest, my granddaughter calls him Sandy.
And trainer Kobe Breezy here just behind you, and Scobie, it certainly must be an exciting moment for you. You were right behind me.
As I said on the other interview, it was like winning my first English derby.
And certainly Sandford Prince is truly the great horse for you.
I've always thought he was, and he's proved it today.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen, and I believe Sandford Prince coming back just now.
Now what was second?
I believe Cockspur came second, but I don't think that's relevant today. Certainly the excitement mounts, and let's get behind because there's going to be some trouble, so let's get off. Let's get back here because I believe there's going to be a race.
Well, we can see Sandford Prince being brought back now, and he had well, at least he'll be able to single out some of the hundreds of people that were around him, but all the lads from up at Hopefield, all the lads are there. Liz Dean, who's the manager of Hopefield, she's there, she's kissing him in the neck. Certainly a moment, David Steele goes up and he grabs the reins. Kobe Breezy gets the congratulatory kiss from Liz Dean. They've done wonders with this horse, Kelly. He had all sorts of problems, and they really turned him off fit and ready today. You're here to cheer in the background. Children that in my lifetime I've seen a lot of history made. I've been able to see Harold Barrow. I saw Garfield Thomas. I was here for Independence. I saw Mentone, and I saw Sandford Prince when he goes up twice.
here, Mike, some of the events of the land park.
But no, certainly a good moment in history. Sandford Prince just about been brought back up from down in front of the stand, and you must take your hat off to David Steele. He's gone out and bought top-class horses all the time, and he's done it over and over again. I just wish a few more people would do just that. I don't know if Andrew can take it, Andrew.
Certainly Benefit is a very exciting man there. Benefit is the board Sandford Prince, winner of the 1991 Cockspur Gold Cup and a real fan.
Well, certainly Sandford Prince and Bennett Richards. I don't have to tell you I'm a Bennett Richards fan. I think everybody knows that by now. And I'm really happy, Kelly, to see the old man being able to create history. He's had so much criticism over the years. It has reached a point now where he tells me it's a little bit difficult when you're coming back in, after you pull up when you're coming back in, the kind of criticism that people hurl at him, and you know, he gets really hurt about it because he pulls out all of the stuff, he tries his best, and then in the end, you know how it is in the Barbadian public. You win the ball and you lose one, that is it, you get in there in the cup.
Well, Mike, from experience, we can tell that, you know, once you're good and the public recognizes you as the Barbadian public, that you're good, they expect you to stay on top,
I agree.
no matter what. And then once you fall from there, you will certainly hear about it. But tremendous performance by Sandford Prince. A couple of months ago, he was at death's door and made a smashing return to racing, and now to top it